Hey beautiful! If this is your first time here, I'm an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. Now my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today's not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy and I hope everything will be well soon. Now guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading is all about your future spouse. To be more specific, how do other people perceive you as a couple? And yeah, let's start straight away. As always, my dear, I have 3 piles that you can choose from. And this is pile 1 with the Temperance card, this is pile 2 with the 4 of Pentacles, and this is pile 3 with the Queen of Pentacles. As always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comment section. And as always, my dear, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey, Pawan! Welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, how will other people perceive you as a couple? Let's start straight away. For my dear pile 1, how will other people perceive you as a couple? All right. Oh my goodness. Too many cards. How will other people perceive you as a couple? For my beautiful pile 1, the first card we have is the 7 of Cups. We got the 4 of Pentacles for you guys. The Knight of Swords, 8 of Wands. All right. For my beautiful pile 1, how will other people perceive you? Ace of Wands. Okay. All right, give me 1 second. One card fell. We got the Queen of Cups. For my beautiful pile 1, how will other people perceive you as a couple? The Empress card. And let's get you guys one last card. How will other people perceive you? All right, and we have the 7 of Swords here. So, my dear pile 1, what do you need to know about this energy? So, first of all, I would like to start with this. That's very interesting. This is something something I heard, that you guys look really good as a couple. So I mean it physically speaking, like this is very like physical specific here, that for some reason people are gonna see you as a couple that looks very good together. Now maybe you're the kind of couple who really takes care of themselves when they're out in public, and you may also compliment each other when it comes to your clothes and stuff. However you're gonna express it, what I'm seeing is that people see it and people think that you guys look very, very good as a couple being together. It looks also, I'm hearing, very compatible. So there is something, and I really mean it like it's specifically physically speaking here. This message is pretty straightforward. This is not regarding anything else. It's just you guys and how you're perceived physically together. So yeah, just you guys know, this is the first message I am receiving here. Now let's go back. Let's go back to the tarot cards and let's see now. How do other people perceive you as a couple? First of all, my dear pile one, I really feel like people are gonna see you as a couple who can make things happen. Now that's a very interesting statement because for some reason people see you guys as a great team. Like you guys can work together and you can make a lot of things happen. So the fact that people see that in you, it could be the fact, it could be the case that somehow you guys do something that gives people this impression. So, for example, some of you guys could actually start, maybe a side hustle or some kind of business with your future spouse in which you guys work together and you also are pretty secure in what you do. And that shows people that, wow, okay, these two working together, they can make it work and they can actually create something great when it comes to that. Because, sometimes, I think it really depends on the couple. Some couples can work together, others can't. But when we talk about you guys here, people feel very, very positive towards that. And people see you guys as very compatible and very capable, in fact, when it comes to working together. So that's one thing I'm seeing here. And it's kind of like also about you guys creating, I guess, opportunities for each other and for yourselves as well. So, yeah, definitely you guys could work together and create. Yeah, let me see. Let me see if I can get more about that. Okay, what I find very interesting here is that you are very passionate about each other, which of course comes from a place of love. But even if it comes to work stuff or you guys doing some kind of project with each other or putting or coming together as a team, I guess, you still have this passion that you guys can together create something of. And I really feel like this is something that also inspires other people because coming back to the question, how do other people perceive you as a couple? You are inspiring to them. And I feel like this inspiration, like there is more to it than just, let's say, you guys working great as a team when it comes to certain situations. I think there is more to this because this inspiration is also on a emotional level. People see that you honor each other's feelings, you're very understanding, you have so much respect for the other, and of course this is something that is very crucial, right, for a relationship, for a healthy relationship. And people find this very inspiring because, and that's very interesting, people think that you guys are a great example for what a healthy relationship can look like. Of course, no relationship is perfect, and I think in this like 3D reality, nothing ever can be really perfect because it's, well, duality. There are both coins, like both sides, right? And I really feel like, yes, of course, that's one thing, but then it's also about how we make, like what we make out of something, right? So even though we may go through our challenges, what do we make out of this challenge? Like, do we support each other? Do we go through it together? Like, how do we respond to it? Because of course a lot of things aren't in our control, but how we respond to something is our choice. And I feel like this is where people also see you guys as very inspiring because no matter what comes towards you guys, you choose to go through it together. And once again, keyword team here for your pile for sure. You choose to be a team who works through it together. And also, people are gonna see you as pretty like this Okay, I'm sorry. I'm receiving a message. Okay. Yeah, people see you guys as a couple who, or the couple that knows what they want. You're pretty straightforward. It's kind of like you guys are very focused and you know where you're heading. You're coming off as a couple who has a lot of things taken care of. Very confident couple. At least this is how other people perceive you, how they see you. Let me see. Okay. Of course, my dear, as always, take it how it resonates, because this is a general reading and it may not resonate with everyone, every single message, but I'm also seeing that some of you guys could actually create a family with this person. So if this is something you resonate with, then people are going to see that, and people are going to see you as good parents. So they're going to see you as a good mother or a good father, and your future spouse as well. If it doesn't resonate and you don't want to have children, then of course leave this message, but it's something I'm seeing here coming through, so I need to talk about it. Another thing I would like to mention here regarding this energy and regarding how other people see you, my dear pal one, is that people are gonna see that you guys are pretty protective of each other, and not only of each other, but it's also of your relationship. So if there's some kind of a sneaky energy coming closer to you guys, you're gonna be pretty quick, and I can't even stress around how fast this energy is. You're pretty quick to cut this person off or cut this energy off, because you choose yourself what energies you want to surround yourself with and what energies you want your relationship to be exposed to. And this is definitely something that you guys are not going to take very lightly. So that's just something I really wanted to mention here as well. Also, you do give me the energy, like you as a couple, also with the previous message, that you could be a couple which is more so private. You let your results speak for you. You let your success speak for you, but you don't scream it around, you don't shout it out. It's kind of like a very confident but private couple, but still the results speak for you guys, if that makes sense. And this could be something also coming back to this inspiration aspect I talked about. This could be something that people also find very inspiring about you as a couple. That, yeah, that you guys, you don't have the need to prove anything. You just do what you want to do. You do what's passionate to you, and you focus on that. So instead of focusing on what other people might think about you guys, you focus on your goals and on achieving them and on your own relationship. I would like to get you guys some oracle cards. Let's see. For my dear pile 1, how do other people see you as a couple? Let's see. For my beautiful pile 1, oh my goodness, please give me a moment, a few cards fell. So the first card we have is the Moonstone, which says new beginnings. And we have the personal insights card, but it turned over. And I find it so interesting that this card turned over and it says personal insights, because remember I just talked about the fact that I feel like you guys are giving off a very private kind of energy, and now we have the personal insights turned over. It's almost like you guys, you don't give personal insights regarding your life, like once again this privacy around it, and you choose to do that because people don't need to be all over your business. You guys are definitely once again very protective of your relationship and of your energy. However, at the end of the day, the results once again are gonna speak for itself, and people see you as such a determined couple, and they love to be inspired by that, I guess. Also, with the moonstone being here and this new beginnings card, I really feel like, my dear Padawan, first of all, with this relationship, you definitely are gonna kind of embark on a new journey, I guess, and you're gonna start a new journey in your life with this person. And I do feel like you will experience a lot of changes through your future spouse, through this relationship, through this life that you're going to create with each other in comparison to before, like your future spouse came into your life. And also with the new beginnings card being here, I really feel like for you, my dear Padawan, that the majority, I'm gonna say majority because of course I don't feel like it's all of you guys, but the majority of you may have not met this person yet, and it's a new person coming to your life. For the majority though, this is gonna be a new person. Yeah. So my dear Padawan, this is all I have for you for today. I am not receiving any more messages. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you and for allowing me to connect with your wonderful energy. As always, my dear, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, of course, you can feel free to email me. And lastly, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course, I invite you there as well. My dear pal 1, take care, my love. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, how do other people perceive you as a couple? So, as always, my dear, first I would like to get you guys some tarot cards, and then we will dive a little bit deeper into the topic with some more oracle. So let's see. For my dear pile 2, how will other people perceive you as a couple? Alright, the first card we have is the 9 of Swords. We have the 2 of Swords. For my dear pile 2, we have the 6 of Wands. How will other people perceive you as a couple? Let's see. Oh, please give me a moment. All right, so we got the World card here. Let's continue. The Strength card. We have the 5 of Cups and the Knight of Wands here. All right. For my dear pile 2, please. Ooh, too many cards. How do other people perceive you guys as a couple? Let's see. We got the Chariot card. All right, let's get you guys one last card. One last card, please. Too many. Only one, please. Let's see. Okay. And we have the Lovers. All right. Okay. So, for my dear pile 2, how will other people perceive you guys as a couple? So, first of all, let me start with this. I really feel like, my dear, when it comes to you and your future spouse, when we talk about how fast, and this has nothing to do with the cards, this is just a message that I've received and I really feel like talking about because, well, I've received it. So, one thing I've heard here is that when we talk about you and your future spouse, the feelings towards each other, love is gonna develop pretty quickly. So when we talk about like the time that you guys are gonna meet and stuff, from there on the feelings for each other, they're gonna just skyrocket pretty quickly basically. And I feel like this is something that a lot of people are gonna see and that people will not be able to deny. Like, for example, let's just say you go to your friend and you want to talk with them about your future spouse, who at that time is not your future spouse yet, but you want to talk with your friend about this person, and you may talk about your feelings and stuff, and this friend of yours, they will tell you, yes, like, I can see that, it's totally obvious, it's written all over the place, like, you guys obviously, you feel very deep for each other, and it's perceivable and stuff. So it's gonna be something that is definitely undeniable. And I feel like, once again, when we talk about the speed of how the things are gonna go emotionally, it's pretty fast. So feelings are gonna be, yeah, you may develop feelings like from the first meeting on very quickly. That's just something I really wanted to mention here because I do feel like it's coming through with a lot of importance. So for some reason, maybe it's important for someone, but the message also is very powerful because it shows that from the beginning on, the love is gonna be overflowing. And for some of you guys, it could even be a very weird experience because you may have not fallen in love with someone like so quickly or develop feelings for them. But that's just something I wanted to say. And once again, I do feel like people are gonna see that. They're gonna see the love that you have for each other. Now let's go back to the tarot cards and let's start with the reading regarding the tarot energy as well. So what I'm seeing here, first of all, is that people are gonna see you guys as a couple who has their back, and I can't even like emphasize this enough. They're gonna see you as a power couple who has each other's back no matter what. So this is the kind of relationship that can honestly overcome anything, because it's not about how far, or let me put it that way, it's not about how strong the storm is, it is about how strong you guys hold together. And yeah, nothing can really shake you guys. Like, this strength, okay, that you guys bring together, it's unbelievable. And I really feel like this strength is gonna be something that people are gonna see, like, no matter what. And especially on a personal level, like, it is very normal that people, of course, they don't share all of their personal life with other people, because some things are just personal, I guess. Even though in this nowadays, people are definitely willing to share a lot of things, a lot of aspects in their life, but like normally people don't share every single thing. And even if we talk about your like very personal life, you guys have each other's back so much, and you may not share it with other people, but you guys know. So let's just say someone has a very bad day. It could be you or your future spouse. The other is there for them, and this also strengthens your bond so much more, because it's not about how much you guys fight for each other in public. It's also about how much you guys, support each other, of course, also when you are in your own space, right? And I really feel like there is so much loyalty coming through. You and your future spouse, you're gonna be extremely loyal. Like, loyalty could be the most important aspect for you in a relationship. I just feel like there is such an like huge sense of loyalty in this energy, and you live that. You don't just talk about it and don't act on it. Like, no, you guys, you live this loyalty, and it definitely means a lot. And of course, once again, people see this. People see that you guys, you're just a team that is really unbreakable. Like, nothing can come between you guys externally. You guys choose to stay together because you want to. It's a choice, and no matter how difficult it may get, you still choose to hold each other's hand and to go through that. Also, what I find very interesting is that people see you guys as very successful and a very victorious couple. Now, I am not receiving yet why. I'm just seeing that. It could be the case that, in some kind of way, you guys are gonna overcome something, and people are gonna see that, and they're gonna see you as very victorious because you've overcome that. Or let's just say maybe you guys, material wise, you're gonna somehow succeed, and people are gonna see that as well. So yeah, that's just something I wanted to mention here. But you guys are embodying this victorious energy here. Can we get a little bit more information regarding that? Like, yeah, definitely maybe you guys are gonna purchase or somehow own something material which is gonna give, well, the energy of you guys being very successful. Or it's just, once again, in your personal life, you guys overcoming something, and people who are close to you guys, your loved ones, knowing of it and seeing you guys as very powerful and as very strong and as a very victorious couple here. Another thing I would like to mention here is that I do feel like you guys could actually travel a lot as well, or somehow in your relationship there could be some traveling involved, and people are going to see you as a couple who also definitely knows how to have fun, is another thing I would like to say. You know how to have fun, you enjoy the time, and it's kind of like you know how to balance. You know how to balance each other out as well. But definitely something regarding travel in here. Another thing that I would like to mention here also is that I feel like for some of you guys, my dear pal too, you and your future spouse, you could even have some kind of differences, and people see those differences, so they could be pretty obvious, or there could something like they could have something to do with your past as well, for example. And people know of that. People see how beautiful you guys work together. Even if you have those differences, that doesn't mean anything. You once again give an example of a successful energy. So you bring those different energies together and make it successfully work out. And also with the Lovers card being here, by the way, I haven't talked about this yet. And I really feel like the Lovers card in a way is just here by itself. Like when I look at it energetically speaking, it's kind of isolating itself a little bit from the other cards. It's just standing here by itself. And I really feel like people are going to see you as a couple that is very loving towards each other. Like also when we talk about your love language, very affectionate, very sweet. You're also definitely not scared of showing publicly how you feel about each other. That's another thing I would like to mention here. You're very open with being affectionate, and this is something that both of you guys feel very comfortable in as well. I would like to get you guys some oracle cards. Let's see, for my dear pal 2, how will other people perceive you as a couple? Let's see. Oh my goodness. Too many cards, too many cards. For my dear pal 2, how will other people perceive you guys as a couple? What is happening? Like so many cards. Let me make sure the tarot cards are straight again. All right. How will other people, okay, perceive you as a couple? So the first card we have is the Jade Crystal, and it says purification and serenity. Let's get you guys one more card. How will other people perceive you guys as a couple? My goodness. And we have mental clarity here as well. All right, so first of all, with the Jade card being here, I really feel like, my dear, when we talk about you and your future spouse, when you guys come together, somehow you're gonna help your spouse, and this is like both of you guys. You're gonna help each other out in a way that when we talk about your life before this relationship, kind of like releasing and purifying, as this card says, whatever or certain areas of your life. So for example, let's just say regarding friendships, one of you guys has some toxic friends around, and I really feel like both of you, you're gonna kind of release in that area people or energies that just are not good for the other person, and it's kind of like a purification. So this is something I see both of you guys doing. So you guys come together as a team and you care about each other's well-being. Of course you do, because you love each other. So the more time you guys spend with each other, you also of course become a part of each other's life. And I really feel like you guys are gonna be very, like, you're not gonna hold back when it comes to pointing out different aspects or different areas of your life that may have some kind of toxicity or some kind of negativity that's not good for your spouse. And you're gonna voice it, and you're gonna talk about it, and you're gonna help your future spouse to release this energy if it's not good for their overall well-being. That's the first message I'm seeing here. Also, with the mental clarity being here, this message I got is very interesting. I'm hearing you're gonna get mental clarity, or just in general, like clarity regarding why those past relationships didn't work out, because they weren't meant to, or because those people, they didn't deserve you. You're gonna understand that, like, this relationship with your future spouse is going to bring you the clarity that you need, which is all about, this is my person. Those previous people, they weren't, or those previous person, they won't, like, they were not, you know. So there is this clarity that I see you gaining when it comes to your love life. And I'm hearing you're gonna make peace with your love life, like your past love life. It's not gonna be able to confuse you anymore, or to make you feel some type of way. You're just gonna allow the past to be the past, and you don't want to entertain any past energy and an ex energy anymore, because you're gonna have clarity regarding what your heart wants, what you're deserving of, and you're deserving of a relationship like this. So you're going to be pretty sure when it comes to this relationship with your future spouse. So my dear pal 2, this is all I have for you for today. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, and for allowing me to connect with your wonderful energy. As always, my dear, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me, and you would like to get further information regarding one, of course, my dear, you can feel free to email me. And lastly, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course, I invite you there as well. My dear pal 3, oh, not pal 3, pal 2. My dear pal 2, take care, my love. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, how will other people perceive you as a couple? As always, my dear, first of all, I would like to get you guys some tarot cards, and then we will dive a little bit deeper into the topic with some more oracle. So let's see, for my dear pile 3, how will other people perceive you as a couple? All right, for my beautiful pile 3. The first card we have is the Page of Wands. Too many cards. We have the King of Cups. Too many. How will other people perceive you guys as a couple? We got the High Priestess. The Emperor. Oh my goodness. A lot of cards. The Judgment card turned over. For my dear pile 3, how will other people perceive you as a couple? Let's see. Page of Cups. I love this card. It looks just so beautiful. We have the Death card, and we also got the Ace of Pentacles. So for my dear pile 3, how will other people perceive you as a couple? First of all, before starting with this with this spread, excuse me, there was one message that I heard that I really want to quickly talk about. And it's that you bring out the best in each other. Now, I feel like this is something that someone says. So this could be someone in like a loved one of yours, or a loved one of your future spouse. telling you that you know how they see you guys as a couple, observing you bring out the best in each other. And I really would like to talk about the fact that when it comes to you guys, you have this gentleness when it as like I it's very difficult for me to find the right words, because like sometimes it's very difficult to find the right words, but I'm receiving a certain gentle energy, like such a sweet energy when it comes to you guys and how you treat each other. Also, with a lot of respect, and that's something that other people are gonna see as very sweet, as very kind. Like you treat each other the way that a couple should treat each other, with a lot of understanding, with respect, as I said, and just gentle energy as well. Mm, what I also find very interesting is that when we talk about you guys having an argument, you listen. Like sometimes when people have an argument, or couples, mm, sometimes they may also tend to go away from the situation because they don't want to deal with it, or you know, like they just don't have time for it, or they just don't want to talk it out and stuff. Could have like a lot of different reasons actually. But when we talk about your guys' energy, I really feel like when you guys have an argument, which of course is totally normal, I don't think there is a couple out there who hasn't. It's a part of, well, being in a relationship of any sort. Arguments and stuff is a part of it. When we talk though, how you guys go about it, what you make out of it, I am seeing that you're gonna be very understanding. Like communication is key, isn't it? And you guys, you communicate very well with each other, and you're not just gonna talk over each other, not listening and stuff. No, you listen, you communicate. Like I see a lot of great honesty, and once again, not only talking but listening as well. Listening is so important. So important, not only communicating and talking but also the listening part. And when we talk about you guys' relationship, we have both equally spread, and both of you guys are capable of it. And that's also very important to mention here, because sometimes a person may not be capable of listening or of communicating properly, but you guys, both of you guys, are willing and you want that. So this is just something I wanted to talk about for a moment. Now let's dive into the tarot cards. Let's start with the tarot spread, and let's see what others will, I'm sorry, not what, how others will perceive you as a couple. So, first of all, my dear, and that's very interesting, I'm seeing that people are going to see you as a very creative couple. Now, I'm not receiving yet how this creative energy is going to be expressed, that other people are going to perceive that. All I'm seeing is that you guys are going to be seen as a very creative couple. So, maybe you're the kind of couple who makes a lot of creative gestures or creative gifts, or when you, let's say, host a party or some kind of event, you're very creative. I mean, it could come through like this, right? Maybe even in your workspace, somehow this creativity could be expressed, but that's something I'm seeing here. So the element of creative energy, good ideas, a lot of visionary ideas. You guys work with each other very well when it comes on that level. Also, another thing I would like to mention here is that I'm receiving the message that you guys, how other people will see you as a couple is they will see you as very free. Now, that's a very interesting message here. And I think I like totally understand what is meant with this energy. So, very often, and I feel like it could either be you or it could be this person. One of you guys maybe at times had some kind of concern regarding relationships, because as much as you wanted a relationship, or as much as your future spouse perhaps wants a relationship, there was like always maybe the small fear regarding feeling trapped in a relationship, or sacrificing certain aspects of yourself to be in a relationship. And as much as I always like to say that, of course, relationships are also compromising, right? Because you also have to, like, your energy has to work out with someone else's energy, so there could be some compromising which needs to be done. However, that doesn't mean that you need to sacrifice yourself or feel completely trapped, right? That's not what this is about. And once again, it could either be you or your future spouse, but one of you guys is gonna have a conversation with a woman I'm seeing here. It could be a mother, or it could be an aunt or a sister, who maybe even like a motherly figure. It doesn't have to be a biological mother, but I'm seeing a woman here, and she's gonna tell you, or she's gonna tell your future spouse, once again, vice versa, that you, like, it's perceivable, it's obvious that you feel free, you feel uplifted, that even though you had this fear of being trapped, or even though you had this fear of maybe sacrificing yourself for a relationship, that this relationship with your future spouse is absolutely not putting you down, but in fact lifting you up. And that's something that she's gonna mention, and I feel like it's gonna be a very heart-to-heart conversation here. And it's like, it's also very obvious for you or your future spouse that this relationship, yes, it is in fact very freeing and uplifting. Another thing I would like to mention here regarding this energy, regarding how other people are going to see you as a couple, is people are going to see you guys also as dreamers. But like, I know very often when like people think of dreamers and stuff, first, unfortunately, some people may also see it in a negative light. But when I talk about dreamers here, I talk about the fact that you guys can also create a space for each other in which you can dream. You can let all the seriousness of the day-to-day life, you can all release it, and you can just put yourself in this space, in this light-hearted, carefree space with each other. You know, maybe you guys, like, after a very, very hard day of work, you may come home and you guys may just sit in the couch and you may just talk. You may dream about certain places you want to go to, certain experiences, certain things that you may have dreamed of when you were younger, when you were a child, whatever it may be. But there is this very sweet, once again, very gentle energy to your relationship that people are going to notice. I mean, people may not know what you guys dream about, like when you guys are in your private space, but people see that you give each other the space and you give each other, like, you don't judge each other. And that's, I think, another very important thing here. You don't judge. You take the other person as they are and you accept the other person. And you allow yourselves to be your authentic self. You don't try to make the other person or like shape them in a certain way. No, You accept each other as you are. And that's also something very freeing, right? When we talk about that, like coming back to the previous message of you feeling like trapped or something. Sometimes this can also be expressed through, let's say, someone feeling that they can't be who they are, so they have to play a certain role, and they really feel trapped and they feel like not free at all, right? But in this energy, you guys can be your authentic selves all the way, and you're being even supported to be so. Another message I would like to talk about here is that people are going to see you as a couple that is very accepting of changes or works out very well when it comes to changes. Now, I know a lot of people have a very hard time when it comes to changes for a variety of reasons. But what I'm seeing here is that people are going to see you guys together very adaptable to changes. So it could be the case that you guys will go through certain changes and people are going to see that and they're going to see how beautiful you guys make it work. Another thing I would like to talk about here regarding this energy is that people are going to see you as a very secure and as a very stable couple, a couple which is very serious about each other, which of course makes a lot of sense because like this is your future spouse, right? You want to commit to them, but still you also act the same, right? Like you also act that as if, not as if, I mean, you guys are gonna be very very serious about each other, and that's something that people are gonna also notice and see. That this commitment you guys have done is something which is not only about making it official, but also really expressing how serious you are towards each other through being loyal, through trusting, through being this team, right? Now, I would like to get you guys some oracle cards as well. Let's see, for my dear pile 3, how will other people perceive you as a couple? A few cards turned over. Let me... All right, so how will other people perceive you guys as a couple? Oh my goodness. How will other people perceive you? All right, let's start. All right. So, the first card we have is the spiritual development card. Okay, let's continue. Oh my goodness. So many cards, but one of them actually, okay, all of the other cards fell on the floor. I'm gonna get them in a minute, but one of them fell here on the table, and it's the Malachite, and it says personal transformation. Okay, now very interesting cards because I feel like both of them are actually a confirmation regarding tarot cards that we actually got. First of all, one of them is the spiritual development energy, which I feel like is very highly connected to the High Priestess, because for me personally, the High Priestess is also a very spiritual card. And then we have the personal transformation card right next to the Death card, actually, which is literally a card that signifies transformation. Now, let's start. Let's see. So first of all, with the Apatite crystal being here, that says spiritual development. I really feel like, my dear, this relationship with your future spouse, it's gonna push you guys towards the right direction of developing spiritually. In fact, it's also interesting. I just noticed that you guys are actually the only pal who got this card, not card, who got this message. And it's that I really feel like pal 3, this is a spiritual connection that you have with your future spouse. And it's gonna be noticeable also when we talk about other people. Maybe you guys are gonna talk with your loved ones about it, and therefore they're gonna have this impression. But regardless of that, the spiritual connection between you guys runs very deep, and because of you guys connecting with a spiritual partner, with a spiritual counterpart, it also triggers a lot of spiritual, as this card says, like development, growth within yourself as well, over time, especially more and more. Now, with the Malachite being here and the personal transformation, this spiritual growth will, of course, also, as a consequence, trigger a transformation within yourself. And I really feel like this relationship is going to help you so much when it comes to growing, but it's also about you guys supporting each other, because this is not just something one of you guys are going to do. This is something both of you guys are going to experience. And it is so beautiful to see that on this spiritual journey, you're going to have your partner who's going to support you on this. And it's also, well, your partner is also going to be a huge reason why the spiritual connection, or I'm sorry, the spiritual growth is going to be triggered in the first place as well. So it could be a very intense scenario here for you, my dear Pal 3. That, I mean, we already have so much going on regarding, I guess, like the normal, kind of life, the matrix kind of life. But in addition to that, you also have this spiritual union that you have to figure out and that you grow through. And all I can say is that definitely get ready, because this is like an adventure that is going to bring a lot of growth with it. So it may be very intense. So get ready. So my dear Pal 3, this is all I have for you for today. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you and for allowing me to connect with your wonderful energy. As always, my dear, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, of course, my dear, you can feel free to email me. And lastly, if you would also like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course, I invite you there as well. My dear Pal 3, take care, my love.